All right, good afternoon and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing Career College Exposition webinar series. My name is Lee Doubleday and I'm the Director of Operations here at the Imagine America Foundation. I'm excited about today's topic, connecting students with degree options in early childhood education with Rasmussen University. Rasmussen University is an institution of higher learning dedicated to global enrichment and meeting the evolving needs of the diverse communities that they service. With an emphasis on innovative programs, dynamic curriculum, and general education skills, they are committed to being a pioneer in the field of career-focused education. Rasmussen University is also a brand new partner of the Imagine America Scholarship Program, and your students can now apply for a scholarship to attend Rasmussen University through our foundation. If you'd like more information on our scholarship program, we are going to be talking about it in this presentation, but you can also visit us on our website, which is www.imagine-america.org. Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in qualified workers. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country, desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is Rasmussen University, and joining us today to discuss in detail the looming worker shortage and how Rasmussen University is helping meet this need is Mary Kate Turek. But before turning the program over to Mary Kate, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum with question and answers at the end of the presentation. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A feature or the chat feature in this Zoom meeting. At the end of the presentation, or approximately 2:25, I'll then present any questions offered by the participants. We'll address as many questions as possible and provide written responses and follow-up emails if necessary. We will have a hard close at 2:30 p.m. to be respectful of your time. So without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Mary Kate. Mary Kate, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lee. Good afternoon, everybody. I am very excited to be chatting with you all today about Rasmussen University. My name is Mary Kate, like Lee said, and I have been with Rasmussen University for almost 2 years now, working as a senior admissions advisor. My absolute favorite part about my job is the fact that I get to help change lives every single day by helping students start their journey through higher education, just like all of you get to help students on their journey through secondary education. Before I worked in higher ed, I actually myself worked at the high school level as a history teacher right here in the Chicagoland area. So I know personally how hard all of you folks work in the high schools to help our students prepare for that next step after graduation. And I know that your goal isn't just to get students to graduate high school, but to guide them to that next step that will help them to have a safe and secure future after graduating high school. For many students, that next step might be a traditional four-year university. But as we know, for many students, that might not be the right fit for them. Each student deserves and needs their own unique path beyond high school. And that's where Rasmussen comes in. We offer students a unique option to get a quality college education, even if the traditional four-year or community college experience isn't for them. So with that being said, I am really excited to show you what Rasmussen is all about today and how I know we can be a great fit for some of your students. I'll be highlighting a few things here today surrounding our education and careers in early childhood education and the kinds of careers that students can launch with an early childhood education or an ECE degree. First, we'll talk a little bit about workforce trends, what kind of world high schoolers are entering after their graduation, and why a college degree is so important to help them succeed. After that, we'll take a look specifically at trends within the field of early childhood education itself. Then, of course, we're going to chat a little bit about earning a degree in ECE, what kind of programs at Rasmussen a student can study, what a Rasmussen ECE education looks like, and what students can do with that ECE degree. And then finally, we'll end with a little bit about who Rasmussen is, what we stand for, and how we differ from other colleges out there in our strategy to help students not only start college, but graduate with a degree. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. And let's start out with a quick overview of why college is so important by looking at workforce trends. Now, essentially what this slide is showing is what we as educators already know, that a college education makes a difference. We know it can provide a better life, higher salaries, and more security. And how do we know that? Well, let's just take a look at the numbers right here. Just so you know, all this information is provided by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or the BLS. And these charts are illustrating the wage and unemployment disparities between education levels. So take a look at that first chart off to your left. It's illustrating the differences in average weekly wages that a person with different education levels can expect to receive. You can see it starts by showing how much a person without a high school diploma can earn, to expected wages with a high school diploma, all the way up to wages with a bachelor's degree. You can see very, very clearly that the higher the education level, the higher the wages. We know that having a college degree will help your students to earn more money and have a better and brighter future because of it. Looking at figure 2, you see highlighted the average unemployment rate by education levels. And you can see here that as education level increases, your chance of becoming unemployed decrease. So not only can those who hold a college degree earn more money, but they can also be better protected from unemployment and times of economic hardship, such as the pandemic that we've been living through for the past 2 years. A higher education is so important to helping create a financially secure future. And we know the importance of that here at Rasmussen. And that's why we take so seriously our responsibility of helping students to reach that more financially secure future. Now, one of the reasons why a college degree is so important and why it can help students earn more money and fare better in times of layoffs is that not only does a college degree provide hard skills and hard knowledge of the field, but it also provides important soft skills that employers are looking for. Here at Rasmussen, we really do champion ensuring that students are learning both the raw content of the subject matter, as well as the soft skills to actually use that knowledge in an applicable way. Our students graduate feeling exceptionally well prepared to lead the classroom, both with their field content knowledge and the skills that they have to succeed in the workforce. So those skills are things like communication, critical thinking, professionalism. These are the skills that are actually so important to employers that over 50% said these soft skills are more important for their employees to know than actual hard technical skills. And that's why Rasmussen teaches both seamlessly, especially to those recent high school grads who probably don't have a lot of experience with professional soft skills. Much of our curriculum is really focused on applicable real-world scenarios, so assignments are tailored around allowing students to actually practice and engage with the skills and knowledge they'll need in the field. They'll be learning both the education skills they need on the job, but the communication and leadership skills they'll need to succeed in the job. Students are going to walk away with the confidence to succeed and the ability to communicate their ability to succeed with employers, which is all very important for landing that job outside of college. So let's keep moving on and let's dive right in. I would love to take a look at an education and career in early childhood education specifically, starting with a little about what students can expect in the field after graduation. So there is a massive need in this country for quality child care and early childhood education. I'm sure that many of you listening are parents yourselves, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to learn that if during the pandemic, you may have struggled to find babysitters, nannies, or daycare centers to help you manage the new struggles of working from home. where we are actually entering a shortage of early childhood care professionals. And the need for people with these skills is growing through the roof. So let's just take a quick look and let's see from the Bureau of Labor Statistics again how fast the early childhood education job market is growing. Just to give you an idea, the need for employees in general is expected to grow about 4% over the next 10 years. For education as a whole, the need for trained professionals is going to skyrocket to 10%. That's over double the average job growth for other industries. And for preschool teachers or early childhood educators specifically, the need for trained preschool teachers by 2030 will be 18% higher than what it is today. If you can believe it, the need for preschool teachers is actually growing at a faster rate than the need for nurses and tech careers. So what does this mean? This means that people with skills and education in the ECE field are so needed because there are going to be so many growing opportunities for growth and job security in the field of early childhood education. Now, as we think about students that may be good fits for this degree, it's important to kind of consider some of the traits and skills that can help students to succeed. We know that the ECE profession is blowing up right now, but as educators yourself, you know it takes a special kind of person to succeed in the field of education. So in thinking about students who might be a good fit for early childhood education, consider if they have these traits. Maybe think about students who are relationship oriented or very personable. They may be good fits as an educator. But even quieter students or shyer students, if they're kind, caring, and compassionate, that's really the most important trait that you need to succeed as an early childhood educator. And is, of course, having a love for children. It never hurts, as we know, to be creative when it comes to teaching in the classroom, and also to be able to be flexible and adapt to whatever the day happens to throw at you. And it's also really important to consider that both male and female students can possess this unique blended traits that can help them be successful in ECE. So make sure to consider all students when thinking about if early childhood education is a career fit you might want to talk to someone about. And I would love to be able to chat with your students to see if ECE is the right fit for them myself. And you know, there are so many different routes a students can pursue with an ECE degree. The early childhood job that we tend to think of right away is preschool teacher. And that is definitely a popular choice for our graduates. But there are many different options that go beyond just preschool teacher. We offer special education specializations if a student is interested in learning more about SPED. Administration positions can be possible with a higher degree like a bachelor's in ECE. It's even possible to learn the necessary education to start owning and operating your own private preschool or childcare services with a Rasmussen education. There are so many different options and routes for students who are interested in working with young children. And our Rasmussen advisors would love to talk to your students about these options. We have talked quite a bit about what a career in early childhood education can look like, but now I do want to pivot and talk a little bit about what an education in ECE can look like. Specifically, what does an ECE education at Rasmussen University look like? First, I want to emphasize Rasmussen specializes in flexibility and career-focused education. How do we do that? Through online degree options. Our School of Education has no on-campus attendance requirements. We do have campuses throughout the suburbs where students like to come and use our computer labs, have a quiet place to study in our libraries, or come speak with our professors. But all of their actual classes will be online. So live in-person attendance isn't a requirement. I know from my own time as a teacher, I had a lot of students who worked or had other responsibilities that were pretty big priorities for them. With traditional on-campus courses, Students have to fit their work and personal schedules around their class schedules. And I know from my own experience that that can cause a lot of frustration and even be a barrier to success for some students. But the awesome thing with online classes is they don't have to make that compromise between school, work, and life. Rasmussen offers a freedom and flexibility that for some students may be the difference between ultimately earning a college degree or not. You probably even see that after the pandemic, there are even students out there who realize they prefer online learning to on campus. So Rasmussen offers those students a way to earn a degree in a way that's best for both their schedule and their learning style. Now, with the education at Rasmussen, I kind of want to go over a little bit about how we do tier our degrees. We allow students to kind of take on as much of a degree responsibility as they feel comfortable with. So we start students off with lower levels like certificates and diplomas before moving on to higher education levels like associates, bachelors. Let me explain a little bit about how that works. So students at Rasmussen would start out by enrolling in the early childhood education certificate level. There are two major benefits to Rasmussen certificates. First, all of our certificate classes are entirely career focused. So what that means is students get to jump right into learning the ropes of the degree without spending additional time or money on general education courses. Our certificate classes are focused on the subjects of education that students have already shown an interest in. So it can help to hold their attention a little longer than, say, gen ed classes that they may not be so interested in. Secondly, a certificate can be completed in as few as 9 months. So in potentially less than a year, your students can be earning a college degree, learning valuable skills that are valued by ECE employers. Our certificates are a really amazing way to jumpstart a student's career, especially if one of your students might not be thrilled about the idea of a traditional 4-year degree. You know your students best. So if there's someone you work with who isn't quite sure what that next step should be for them, they aren't quite sure if they want to invest a full 2 to 4 years of their life earning a degree being in school, talk to them about a Rasmussen certificate. The thought of earning a college degree in as little as 9 months might be the difference between a student enrolling in a certificate at Rasmussen versus not going to college at all. Now, while the basic certificate in education is an awesome way to jumpstart a student's career in ECE, we do, of course, offer and encourage students to pursue degrees beyond the starting certificate level. In our ECE program, once a student finishes with their certificate and graduates, they are then eligible to continue on to their diploma. And the diploma is actually a really cool degree to be earning at Rasmussen because this is the degree level where they get to choose a specialization. Students at the diploma level can either choose if they want to pursue general child development specialization, or if they want to specialize in SPED or special education, they can choose to do so and start learning about the classes and needs to help students with special needs, which, as we all in education know, the need for teachers who do have the knowledge of how to help students with special needs is always in high demand. Now, these higher levels, diploma, after you earn the diploma, we would, of course, encourage the student to move on to their associates. Once they graduate with their diploma, there are actually only a few gen eds left away from earning their associates. So it is the associates as a whole can be completed in as few as 18 months. That would include the certificate, diploma, and associates. You can graduate with all 3 of those degrees in as few as 18 months, excuse me. And with these higher levels, the diploma, the associates, this is when students will start to complete their general education courses. They'll dig deeper into the ECE levels, like learning more about child growth and development, child psychology, all important lesson planning. And the really cool thing about this kind of degree laddering that Rasmussen does offer is that since students already have a college certificate in the field, they can use that degree to start working in the field as an ECE teacher aide, or maybe an early childhood or preschool teacher, an entry-level position, while they continue earning their degree as they work to gain experience, add to their resume, and earn money as they move on to their associate's and bachelor's degree and make themselves even more marketable and prepared to succeed in the field. And at each of these degree levels, I do like to emphasize that students are going to be learning from experts in the field themselves. So not only are their professors going to have a lot of experience with online teaching, but they're going to have a lot of experience in the field of early childhood education itself. The curriculum is also designed to help students pass certification exams that employers do look for. So students aren't just graduating with a degree, but they can be graduating with additional industry certifications to really help make themselves marketable and stand out to these employers. These additional certifications, they do start at the certificate level, and then more are available to students as they move on and reach the associate's and bachelor's degree. And you know what? The good news is, as we speak to our students here at Rasmussen, as we learn their interests and goals, if there is an opportunity outside of ECE that sounds like a student might be interested in, we can absolutely talk to them about that as well. A field actually really closely related to education is, surprisingly enough, our justice studies programs. The reason why we say that ECE and justice studies are so similar and closely related is because they do attract very similar kinds of people. People who are caring, people who want to help others, or folks who just want to help make the world a better place are very drawn to ECE and justice studies. Just like there's a growing need for educators, there's also a growing need for legal and justice professionals. So if working with kids isn't necessarily a student's thing, but they still want to go into a field where they can help folks, we would love to talk with them about a career like parole officer, paralegal, or in security. Whether a student's interested in education, justice, business, technology, healthcare, etc., all these fields have awesome job opportunities, and Rasmussen has plenty of programs to make students a valuable asset in whatever field they choose. And again, students can be graduating and heading out into the field in as few as 9 months with one of Rasmussen's certificates. And, you know, if they get a certificate or an associate's in early childhood education and they decide, you know, for whatever reason, maybe that field isn't for them and they might want to try a new field for their bachelor's degree, we absolutely offer the opportunities for students to earn a certificate in one field and then transition to an associate's or a bachelor's degree in another if they think that might be a better fit for them. Now, I do want to take some time to really emphasize the personalized and individualized support that is offered to each and every student here at Rasmussen. Now, this personalized support and this dedication to student success is what I personally think Rasmussen does best. Now, a little bit about me. I myself am a first-generation college student. So when I was graduating high school, when I was making the decision to go to college, I was pretty much on my own. I wasn't familiar with FAFSA or financial aid. I had no idea how to pick a major or a college that was right for me. And because of that, I ended up transferring colleges 3 different times, and I changed my major 5 whole times. Now, with that, I always think back to if I had had someone guiding me through the process of starting college, helping me through financial aid, getting to know me to help me decide a major, would I have essentially been able to not waste that time and money when I was searching for what the right fit was for me? The reason why I love and respect Rasmussen's process so much is because our process really is special. We have the bandwidth and the passion to truly get to know our students one-on-one, and students are far from being just another number here at Rasmussen. From the get-go, Students are in touch with a personalized admissions advisor who truly is going to take the time to walk them through every step of the way. We know college is a brand new experience to our students, so we are going to walk them through the programs. We're going to spend as much time as necessary finding the right degree and career fit for them. We're going to be right there with them over the phone or on campus in our computer labs if the pandemic allows, sitting next to them, helping them apply for FAFSA, and outlining their schedule from the first day of class all the way to graduation day. We are going to make sure that no stone is left unturned so that we can help ensure that students are taking every class they need from start to finish so that they graduate on time. We truly do care about our students, and we put what it takes to help them succeed first. Once students start school, their academic advisors continue guiding them through all the support we have available for them to succeed, from peer educators and mental health services that can help them adjust to the changes of college, to librarians and mentors and personal tutors who are there to help them through classes and assignments, all the way up to our career service advisors who are there to help them prepare for that next step after college graduation. When I say we provide personal support here at Rasmussen, I mean truly personalized individual support. Our student success is our success. So for students that you know may need a little extra support, maybe they're the first ones in their family going to college, or you just know that they would benefit from a little extra TLC. Rasmussen may be the right fit for them because that truly is what we do best. Now, as we wrap up here, I just want to emphasize the longstanding history that Rasmussen has of serving students. We were founded over 120 years ago. We have only grown since. And for the larger part of the 21st century, we have been largely online. So while other community colleges and universities are still struggling with living with COVID 2 years into the pandemic, Rasmussen has been a leader in online education. We have 4 campuses here in the suburbs of Chicago. And as a university, we are regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. And we do have over 50 degree options. So I know we spent a lot of time today talking about ECE, but no matter what a student is interested in, our admissions advisors are here to help them find the perfect fit for them. We are also very proud partners with Imagine America. So affordability is always a focus here at Rasmussen. And high school graduates who plan to attend Rasmussen University are eligible to apply for $1,000 scholarship. In order to qualify, students do need to have a GPA of a 2.5 or above, demonstrate a need for financial aid, and show a commitment to community service. But as long as they meet these qualifications, you should absolutely encourage them to apply and save a little bit of money while they earn their Rasmussen University degree. I want to offer a sincere thank you to all of you who gave up a half hour of your time to come and learn what Rasmussen is all about today. I hope after this presentation, you are as confident as I am that Rasmussen University is going to be a fantastic fit for some of your students. If you have any questions about what we spoke about today, please do not hesitate to reach out. My email and direct number are listed here. I am available to help answer you or any of your students' questions. And if you do have additional questions about the Imagine America Scholarship, please visit their website to learn more. I'm very excited to be connecting with more of you after this presentation and to help some of your students get started with college in 2022 or 2023. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mary Kate. We are now going to open this up for the Q&A portion of the presentation. I'm also going to throw up a poll question. If you'd like somebody to contact you about presenting similar information to your students, please indicate so on the poll so that we know who to reach out to after this is over. But now, Mary Kate, the first question, this person wants to know about the FAFSA. Can students apply for the FAFSA in order to go to Rasmussen?
Yes, absolutely. We do accept financial aid through the FAFSA application here at Rasmussen. We would encourage each and every student to apply and utilize as much aid as they're offered. And part of our enrollment process is actually to walk students through the FAFSA application with their admissions advisor.
Great. And the next question has to do with accreditation again. Can you rename the accrediting body and
Yes.
whether it's regional or national and the difference there?
We are regionally accredited by the HLC, or the Higher Learning Commission. Regional accreditation is typically considered to be a more sought after accreditation than national accreditation. So we are regionally accredited. And this regional accreditation by the Higher Learning Commission, this is a similar accreditation to what many other colleges in Illinois have that you may be familiar with. U of I, ISU are all regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission.
Gotcha. And what's the best way to connect with Rasmussen? Would it be to contact yourself directly or go to the website? What would you recommend?
Feel free to contact me directly. My email and phone number are right there. I would love to help you or any of your students. And if for whatever reason I can't help, I will find the person who can.
All right, that's very helpful. Okay, well, just a few house cleaning items here for us. This session has been recorded and I will be sending it to you likely tomorrow morning. So look out for my email there. Also, when you leave this session, there is a survey. If you wouldn't mind answering those questions, it's only 4 questions long. It really helps us better understand, hey, what are some things maybe that we should have talked about that we didn't talk about? Any of your feedback would be very helpful for us. But I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. I know there's a lot of other things on your plate, and the fact that you spent some time with us today means a lot to myself, and I'm sure it does to Mary Kate as well. I also want to thank Mary Kate for presenting today. I think she did a great job, and I hope that you will all consider reaching out to her, to present similar information to your students. But thank you all for joining us today, and I want to wish you a great rest of your day. Goodbye.